It's a bird's eye view of horror. Hello, folks. Welcome back to our channel. This is your friendly neighborhood Goosebumps boy, and today I'm going to be reviewing another Goosebumps book. And today I'm going to be reviewing Revenge of Us. Revenge of Us, indeed. So this is number 7 from Series 2000, and I cannot wait to get into it. So, what's this book about? So, basically, we have our main character. Her name is Wade Brill. And basically, her brother, named Micah, Micah, is pretty tough on her. He embarrasses her in front of her friends. He's always trying to get her in trouble. He's really mean. He's really sly, right? So he's constantly trying to seek new ways to humiliate her, right? So he tries to read her diary. He at some point he tries to take a picture of her in her underwear so that he could show it to her crush or something like that. At some point he drives over some kind of a mud puddle, I believe, and so that basically Wade would end up soaked, right? And that is during one of her friend's birthday party. It's Aaron's birthday party, right? He's supposed to pick her up, but he never shows. So basically, Wade decides to go there on her own, but he finally shows up, and what he does is pretty mean indeed. So what happens is there's that mud puddle, and he just drives over it, right? So what happens is after he hits it, obviously the whole water is gonna splash on her dress, on Wade's dress. So that's pretty mean. And at some point, she's at the swimming pool, and he's speaking on the loudspeakers. His voice can be heard over the loudspeakers, and basically, he's reading her diary. You get the picture. He's a really bad brother. So basically, Wade later on is going to find an ad in some magazine, and basically the words go as follows: Revenge of Us, like the title, right? Revenge of Us. And it basically looks like some kind of a store that is basically not too far from where she lives. And she decides to go there the following day in order to get her revenge because she can't take it anymore. She can't take it anymore. So she decides to finally get even with Micah and pay him back, right? So the next day, she and her friend Carl, she has a friend named Carl. They decide to. Actually, it's not the following day. Sorry, it's like the following day. There is this incident at the swimming at the public pool. I don't believe that this is the time, but basically soon afterwards, not so long after these events, she's going to decide to go with her friend Carl to that location where the store's supposedly located. And basically, they're gonna. It's this place is in a very remote part of town, and kind of like a scary place in a way. And the way it is built up, the way it is described, makes it all the way scarier. And it's basically across town, and there's that rundown trailer, and basically they decide to enter it, and basically once they're there, they're greeted by that dark-haired woman, and her name is Iris, and she has a pet crow named Maggie. The pet crow you can see on the front cover, right? On the front cover. And basically, Wade is going to tell Iris about everything, about her situation. So Iris, but she doesn't have any money. So Iris is going to allow Wade to basically get a free trial, as she calls it. And she will basically do whatever Wade wants her to do. So basically, she would cast a spell on her brother. And so basically, Wade agrees, and she believes that it's finally time for Wade. Sorry, Wade believes that it's finally time for Mika to, get a taste of his own medicine. But sadly enough, the spell seemed to backfire soon afterwards. Alright, I'm gonna stop it right here because I don't want to spoil the book too much or anything. But what did I think about Revenge of Russ? Revenge of Russ is a book, when I first read it, I wasn't so thrilled about it. But I gotta say, looking back, it wasn't such a bad book. I really enjoyed most of it. I gotta admit that it's a little bit similar to Be Careful What You Wish For from the original series. Yeah, it's a lot like this one. It has a lot of similar elements to it, but this one is pretty much its own story in a way. And it reminded me a little bit about the Cuckoo Clock of Doom, the Cuckoo Clock of Doom as well. But yeah, this book wasn't so bad. I kind of enjoyed it for what it was. Yeah, the front cover is maybe misleading because when you see that at first for me, I thought it was going to be about a crow somewhere. Basically, the crow was going to be a big part of the story, but as a matter of fact, it's not really a big part of the story. It still is, but it's not the way you'd think after watching this. After looking at this book cover, you'd think that the crow is all about. It's all about the crow, but it isn't really. But still, it's a nice story. I think our characters are likable. Wade is a likable character, and so is her friend, Carl, right? And so is her friend Carl. Yeah, and Iris is a scary person in a way. Her crow Maggie is pretty creepy too. I believe he keeps cowing and everything, and it's pretty creepy. And I didn't mention it, but basically, in order to cast the spell, Wade has to stroke his back 3 times, I believe. But yeah, that was a nice story, especially everything that happens. It pretty much makes sense, and there's a nice lesson here to be learned. Don't take revenge on your family members, on your brothers. Just talk to them and so on. Be nice, right? So there's a good lesson to be learned. And yeah, we're gonna learn that with the final twist. The final twist is pretty funny, I gotta admit. It kind of threw me off a little, but it was pretty funny. It was pretty. I don't know if it was meant to be funny yet, kind of, sad, but it did work out pretty well. It was pretty comedic in a way. Comedic. It was pretty comedic in a way. But yeah, I kind of enjoyed this book. So if I were to rate this book on a scale from 1 to 10, I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10. I believe it ought to do it. 7.5 out of 10 for this book. It wasn't bad. It wasn't that great. It wasn't perfect, but it wasn't that bad. I know a lot of people in the community hate this book, but this book wasn't as bad as a lot of people seem to believe. But yeah, I will be watching Michael's review on this book. I didn't watch it yet, and I can't wait to watch it. But yeah, Revenge of Russ. If I were to give this book a rating, like I said, I would give it 7.5 out of 10. 7.5 out of 10. Again, 7.5 out of 10. What about you, folks? What do you think about this book? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know in the comment section down below. We'd really love to hear about your thoughts and views on this book. And I'd like to apologize for not having reviewed any Goosebumps book in quite a while now. I really apologize. I got caught up in some other things. But hopefully with the summer coming, I have some more Goosebumps book reviews for you. Hopefully you'll enjoy them. And make sure to subscribe to my friends, Grayson the Goosebumps Kid, 1992, and Michael Goosebumps, and Goosebumps Completionist. I know these great Goosebumps reviewers. They're really awesome, and I can't wait to catch up with them and review as many Goosebumps books as I can this summer. Alright, folks. Thank you for watching, and have a good day. And I'll see you on another Goosebumps book review, God willing. Goodbye, take care. This is Horror Channel, aka Goosebumps Boy for you, signing off.